Adana and her singing pot. Once upon a time, in the land of Duru, there lived a girl named Adana. She was a very lazy girl. All she knew how to do was to eat. And in the land of Duru, their only occupation was farming. They lived with love and harmony, and they worked very hard on their farms. And after the harvest every year, they were usually very happy because the harvest was bountiful. Harvest gave them the zeal to work harder next year. Adana's mother, Somajina, always complained about her laziness, so she needed assistance because Adana was her only child. On a fateful day, Somajina was on her way to the market to sell her vegetables when she overheard the cry of a child. Then she went closer and found a young girl in agony. She asked her, "Young girl, why are you crying? And where are your parents?" The girl replied, "I don't have anyone. I'm alone. My parents are dead. So I'm all alone in this world." So Madina had goosebumps and felt pity for her, and she told her to come with her. So she asked the young girl what her name was, and she replied Uloma, and she was 8 years old. They got home, and Somadina fed Uloma. Before Somadina woke up the next day, Uloma had already swept the compound, and as she was sweeping, she was singing with her beautiful voice. Somadina was really impressed. While Somadina and Uloma left their home to the farm every day, Adana would be on the bed sleeping and snoring loudly till almost afternoon. After that, she would eat as much food as she could lay her hands on. After eating, she went back to bed and continued sleeping. When evening came, Adana would wake up from her sleep, take her bath, and go from place to place around the village gossiping. When she got tired of gossiping, she returned home and ate again. After some time, Adana began to make excessive demands on her mother. She began to ask for money to buy clothes, wigs, shoes, and so many other things. At a point when her mother couldn't bear it anymore, she stopped giving her money. And when she wasn't getting any money from her mother, she was thinking of how to make money. And that was when she thought of something. She came up with a very bad plan. Uloma was a very good singer who sang very well. One day, Adana took a big pot and created a hole by the side, and she put Uloma inside and carried her in the pot to the village square and instructed Uloma to start singing and not stop until she told her to stop. Uloma began to sing, and then Adana convinced everyone to come and listen, but she didn't tell them that it was Uloma that was singing. Rather, she lied to them that it was her pot that was singing. "I have a magic pot and it sings. Come and listen," and she said to them, and they came. The voice and the song was so melodious that everyone nodded their heads. Some clapped while some danced. When she saw they were enjoying the music, she told them that she would command the pot to stop, and they begged her to allow the pot to continue singing. That was when she said that the only way she wouldn't stop her pot from singing is if they give her money. So they started giving her money. So every evening she took Uloma in the pot to the middle of the village, where Uloma would sing and entertain everyone. Then she would demand money from them. One day, some people became curious and wanted to open the pot, but she told them that if they come close or touch the pot, that it would never sing again, and they decided that they wouldn't open it. So Margina heard about what Adana was doing, and she warned her to stop, but she never knew that it was Uloma that was in the pot. And Adana kept on deceiving everyone in the village and went about boasting that she was their source of happiness. She wasn't even wise enough to use the money she got well. She used it to buy clothes, shoes, bags, and wigs. News about Adana's singing pot got to the king, and the king sent for Adana and her pot. "I'm going to make sure that the king gives me a huge sum of money and impress the prince so that he can at least marry me, and I will be the next queen of this village," she thought to herself. The next evening, she carried Uloma in the covered pot and went to the king's palace. Before she got there, other people were already there because they also wanted to be entertained, and the prince was also returning from abroad. As soon as Adana got there, she dressed so beautifully. She proudly put down the pot and commanded it to start singing, and Uloma started singing. Uloma sang so well that the king lost control of himself as he joined everyone and danced happily. Even the prince also danced. After dancing, the king gave Adana a huge sum of money, and she was very happy. The king told her to come back in the next 2 days for more entertainment. My friends from other kingdom will be coming to visit me and also see my son. We would need some entertainment. Adana said, no problem, my king. Just know I will be well paid. The king said, don't worry, I will pay you well. They will be so amazed at the pot that they might ask how you came about it. But Adana said it was her little secret. Then Adana went back home. Somajina became worried about Uloma's well-being. The day came and Adana took the pot to the king's palace. That was when Somajina came up with a plan to expose Adana, saying she wouldn't stop. Then Somajina went to the palace. While Uloma was busy entertaining the king and his friends, Somajina walked in and opened the pot. Then Uloma came out looking so malnourished and everyone screamed as they were shocked. Uloma began to cry that she was hungry and that she was only eating once a day and drank water once too. Everyone felt pity for the poor orphan. The king asked her, how can you do this to a little child? What if she suffocates? Why are you this wicked? Why did you lie that it was your pot that was singing? The prince also felt pity for Uloma and he was very disappointed at Adana because he was beginning to fall in love with her. Then the king had a conversation with his son and also with Somajina, and he decided that he was going to banish Adana from the village and also Somajina disowned her. The end. Thank you guys so much for listening to another story today. I do not take this love for granted, and please subscribe to my channel. Please like, comment and subscribe and also share. Tell a friend that I tell the best stories. Bye.